So I'm going to lay down step by step how to do Overflow and Underflow and stuff like that. I have just woken up, and this isn't scripted, so it may be a jumbled mess of video, but hopefully it will explain it a bit more. Step 1 is to get stored menu. Do that, on Xbox it's very easy. I don't know about PlayStation or PC, but on Xbox, if to open the expedition menu, I have to release the pause menu. I can hold it down for as long as I want, but as soon as I release it, the pause menu comes up. So to get the flag menu and the expedition menu at the same time, I'm just holding start and interacting with the flag, and it does it every single time. Might do the same on PlayStation, it may be different on keyboard and mouse. Depends on how the pause menu functions. But once you've got this double menu open, you want to go into upgrade attributes, back out, and then go into upgrade attributes and back out a bunch as soon as you select to go into it. So I pressed A and then immediately pressed B a bunch. And if you get a black screen, you've done it right. Interact with the flag one more time and back out to gain control back. And then do the glitch one more time where you have both menus open. But this time the background menu, the stored menu, is going to be attributes. I'm going to go into attributes, go back out, and then go back out so I've got control and I have attributes open to be able to show better. And this is the stored menu. Once you've got stored menu, you can start to do the overflow underflow glitch. You'll see that I've got some points already in Luna. I can reset them afterwards, but I'll show you with Gustav how to do things. For the character that you are wanting to do the overflow, underflow, or just max stats on, you need to have this set to that character before you assign points in the flag. So I'm going to keep this on Gustav, because I'll mess around with Gustav's to show. So when you've got this set on the character that you want, interact with the flag one more time, upgrade attributes, and now you need to spend all points that you've got. Well, you don't have to, but the higher the number, the better. And it can't be just a 1. It doesn't work with the number 1. So I'm going to assign 6 points into Vitality, and then I'm going to back out of all of the flag menus, the actual flag menus, but keep the stored attributes menu on screen. Now, you'll see I've lost control of the menu. None of the menu options are showing up. On console, to fix that, I can just press aim, and it will snap the controls back. On PC, that doesn't work. On PlayStation, it probably does, but on PC, something to try by going into the flag and into upgrade attributes one more time, and then backing out all the way. So, now I have Gustav, which has a ghost 6 points in Vitality. This menu hasn't updated yet to reflect that, but it still thinks I have 6 points that I can assign. So if I do 6 points in something else, if I spend all points without assigning, without holding A, Vitality still thinks, oh, the 6 points in here that you haven't assigned, you can take away 6 points if you want. So I'm going to do that, and that goes into the negatives. The higher that initial number, the better, because it takes away more of that number. You see these go down in decrements of 6. And just for the example, I'm going to do it around there. So now I have negative 114 points. The way that the attributes know how many points you can assign, it looks at all of them above where it is. So defense will look at agility, might, vitality, and also how many points are available. Tally up the numbers, and then tell you how many points you've got. Actually, I need to move this. So I'll show how to move negative numbers first. You need points into something. More than one again. So I'll put some points into might. And then you need to assign... You need to have more points temporarily spent than you actually have. So I'm level 2. I only have 6 points, 6 actual points. So technically right now I've already done that. So I can go to Vitality and I can zero this out, and then this will allow me to put negatives into something else, as long as it doesn't have 0 or 1 point. Or negative points, to be fair. So I'm just going to go up here and tap left, and you'll see points available is negative 6. Now I can move the negative points into might, like that. And this that's how you can move negatives around. The reason I've moved it around is to show that the points, the assigning is additive from the top. So ignore what the number says at the top. I actually have 6 points available to assign. In fact, because I have that, I'm going to move this down one more so I can show. Right. So because I have 6 points available, Vitality I can assign up to 6 points. I can't assign 7 because above this it's saying, oh, there's 6 points available. It says 150 there, but that's after adding up everything down here. That's not actual points available. Actual points available at Vitality is 6. I can assign 3 to it. So now for Might, it's how many points I have available, which is 6, minus how many points I've allocated into Vitality, which is 3. So I can assign up to 3 in Might as well. I can't assign 4, and I can't assign 3 here and 4 here. It's 6 spread across them all. The difference is when it gets to the negative numbers. I'm not going to change the negative number, but it sees, oh, you've got 6 points available, you put 4 in Vitality, you put 2 in Might, so you have no points you can allocate. However, when it gets to Defense, it goes, oh, you've got 6 points, you spent 4 there, you spent 2 here, you spent negative 150, so you've got 144 points that you can assign. So I can assign higher in Defense. That's why the negative numbers have to be above the number that you want to put in more points than you have actually available. Okay, now that I've explained that, I'm going to move this back up here. There we go. To get Underflow, to get Overflow. Oh, actually, I need more points. So that. Oop. So I did that wrong because I didn't temporarily assign more, so it's locked me out. But because I had negative points assigned, I can just refresh the menu by swapping to Luna and swapping to Gustav. So if I assign some there and then go down like that, I'm going to get this higher, so I've got 99s to play with. That'll do. So, to do Overflow, you need 2 numbers. You need 1, in this case Might, which ideally would be a high number. And that's going to be a new negative number. And then the stat that you want to max, or the stats that you want to max, also should be high. So in this case, I want to actually max agility, because overflowing agility doesn't do much in terms of actually increasing stuff. But I want to overflow defense and luck. So you see, they've still got the arrows, even though they're at 99. And what's going to happen is, excuse me, I'm going to clear out the negative number by attacking left. And the points are now negative 390. The game doesn't know how to handle that. So for the stats that I want to overflow, I'm going to tap right like this, and I can tap right to get them to whatever number I want. Let's say I want to increase this a bit more, to like 3366, and then this one also, I'll get it to 3366. Oh, I've gone over. There we go. Get them the same, because then it's ideal. And I did overflow agility. I didn't mean to do that, but there is a way to fix it. Once you've overflowed to the numbers that you want, the number that you are using as a sacrifice to negative, you then hold left. And you do this until points available goes into the positives. Once points available is in the positives, if they are now, well, firstly, I can fix agility by going back to 99. But now I can assign this, and it will keep these stats. That's how you can overflow super easily. And then you can do that for Luna and the other characters as well. The main issue is when you're low level, I can only assign 6 points to vitality. I can only ever assign points up to how many actual points I have in vitality. So having vitality as the negative number takes a long while. Because it only goes down in 6s in this case. If I was level 3, it would go down in 9s. If I was level 4, it would go down in 12s. If I were to assign that value to vitality. So, it'll be here a while. On console, you can still move around and stuff whilst doing this. So you could technically get around doing that. I'm going to get back up to the flag so no enemies interact with me. As, when I said it goes up and down in increments of the value you set, that's half right. If I were to press right, it goes up in this case, 4s, and I don't know why. It's weird. But I'm just going to hold this until the points go into the positives, and then I'm going to go into the positives and then go more than 99 so I can assign 99 to might as well. Obviously, right now, scaling-wise, this is bad for damage, but for later on, the reason that I've done Defense on Luck here is because Cardinal in Discord is routing right now and says that the weapon that they're thinking of routing in uses Defense and Luck as scaling, so that's why I've upped Defense and Luck. Almost there. There we go. And now I can 99 that and assign. And that's how you can overflow, and how you can overflow multiple things at once. The downside to overflowing for might is you run into the same situation as vitality. Because you can't have that as a high number to start off with, the increments that you can do is very slow, so getting might to a high value is very slow, unfortunately. But hopefully that explains how to do this and how it actually functions. Because how it functions is understood. And once you're happy, you can back out like that. This ghost menu will stay on screen until you reload, either by actually reloading or by going to a different area. So if you want to get rid of that, you can just reload, because after closing the stored menu, it does a save. If it doesn't bother you, then that's absolutely fine. I'll very quickly show that... Oh, why am I here? I will. I'll very quickly show that this very first interaction, when I go into upgrade attributes, if I press B, once the attributes menu has started to fade in, but it hasn't taken control yet, I get a black screen straight away, and then I'm going to just go into upgrade attributes so you can see the screen. You'll see I don't actually have the Gustav and Luna. I don't have the ghost menu up. However, if I actually did it correctly rather than just backing fully out, it still triggers the glitch. So if the menu being on screen is really distracting, you can do it like that. That is also the fastest way to do the menu in there. Hopefully this has explained it very well. It has been a bit rambly, so I apologise for that. But fingers crossed people actually understand it now.